Okay, so I'm hoping that, just looking at how this picture is working, I'm hoping I get another shear in while I'm sitting and waiting before something happens. So the last time that we were talking, Rav Schick had a word about drinking. He wanted to say the evils of drinking cause you to forget. Now, it's a little deeper than that, but let's go on. So with the bottom of page Nun Hey, if you have this this set of stories. So then they were getting themselves ready. I mean, all the women had their royal clothes on, or the very best clothes. It's a big time merchant. This guy is like a billionaire. So his son has just come back, and he's got all this unbelievable treasure that he's captured. It takes them a while to get themselves together. So he says, the croissant. So now they're all getting themselves in their very best to go meet this tremendous woman that they're going to meet, which we said before, the shtickle is the kedusha, the panemius of the kedusha of reality. Then now all of these people are going to come, but they're going to get themselves ready. You just can't go. They're going to really munch on this, put on their best food, their best what do you call it, napkins, and protect themselves, get themselves ready. So Rabbi Mishpachos is going to come along. So while they were doing this, she untied the sfina, the boat, from the port. Her persach, if you below knows that she spread out the sails. And he said, and she went with it in the boat. This is the real good piece of advice that you have to know. And he said before that you have to push it off, and you even have to trick it if it's possible to do that, because it wants you so much. But when you find yourself in the narrow place in the pain of the Yetzer Hara, because of the Saman Ben, who's always running after you, to run away from him. Rabbi Zal, the Seder for Midos, a person who runs away from pain is smart, is alert. So before they came, and they were going to cause her tremendous hurt, she ran. So they came to the boat. That is the whole family of the merchant's son. They didn't find anything there. The Socha, this billionaire, got really upset with his son. Avia Beiner, now that is the son, the father again of the merchant's son. That's the merchant. They scream like this. That is Hainu Rabbeinu Socha, that who's doing the yelling. So Rav Schick writes in that it's the son of the Socha. That came with this tremendous boat full of everything. So he says, he cried out, he said, believe me, that I brought a boat with, it had all kinds of merchandise in it. They don't see anything, but they don't see anything, they didn't see anything. He says, look, here it is, and they say, where? And so he said, listen, let's go ask the sailors, they'll tell you. And he can't, they went, and he asked them, they were all lying drunk. But then they woke them up. So he asked them. They have no idea what happened to them. Now, he only knew that they brought a boat with everything in it. But they don't know where the boat is. So then he was very angry. This merchant, this billionaire, was very angry with his son, and he sent them away from the house. He should never come back before my face. So he wandered around all over the world. He, that is the Bas Keser, the emperor's son, the emperor's daughter rather, she was out on the Yam. Remember he said before, the Yam is the Yam of Chochmah. The Yam is the Yam of Torah. So this is really the way to fool the Yetzer Hara. The really way to get away from him and his nonsense. Below the hikanis b'shum vikuchim mimo. One thing you have to understand of the rules are that you can't start arguing with the Yetzer Hara. You have to understand that it's there; it's not going anyplace. So that's not how to handle the Yetzer Hara. You have to handle him with brains. You have to know that it's part of you, and this part of you is trying to pull you in the wrong direction. So you have to learn how to handle him, push him off, then run away from him. Never argue with him. Never tell him how he made a mistake, because argument and dinim is the one thing that he only does, is criticize, tear down, break, and destroy. Look, Moshe Amar Rabbeinu Zal, like Rabbeinu says in Sefer of Midos, Lo dikanes im b'tiyecho b'toyin v'nitan. Don't enter in that which is trying to seduce you, b'toyin v'nitan. Let's say you have a bad thought, right? So you want to get into that thought. But what's the way to avoid it? Run away from the thought. Run to some other thought. Run to something else. Before this can get a hold of you, start changing you. So he said, because if you go on all these different kinds of emotional things, that you start thinking about how you're going to overcome this, you're going to overcome that. Even if you're criticizing the Yetzer Hara, even if you're saying, I don't want to think like that, I'm not going to let myself think like that. But so it doesn't matter. That thing will still double itself up. You'll fall into this trap. But this chafek haratzim alav, and all the thinking will start turning against you. You also the because you could never start talking about your Yetzer Hara, try to fight your Yetzer Hara. So I have to finish up. I love the brach. So you get to a situation where you're really going in the wrong direction and you really find that you're doing something wrong, the main eight is to run away from it. Don't try to prove that it's wrong and you could overcome it. Because that way you'll save yourself from it, and then you think you'll save yourself from it by knocking it down in some way. Because there's no way whatsoever that you should get into an argument that you're going to ever be able to overcome the Yetzer Hara by showing it how bad it is. But have a plan, thinking about it, have weapons at your disposal, know how you can get away from these things and how important these things are to avoid. So that's the war that you need to do, is always a war, like George Washington, who fought the skirmishes, and understood that he couldn't overcome it directly. You can't, there's no way. This is what the Bas Keser, we said, is the Neshama. This is what she did. Shehi HaNeshama, she is the Neshama, and that's a little additional share from over here. Thank you for listening.